Hey y'all. Well, ladies showed out this afternoon. Got 26 eggs. I guess that's a record breaker for 2019. Actually, record breaker for this whole place in general with this bunch of hens. So I guess they're loving the sunshine just like we are. Y'all had a good week. We made it to Friday, that is. Well, I've learned a lot in the last 3 or 4 days. I've been walking around here like I would say like a 90-year-old, but I've seen 90-year-olds a lot sprier than I have been the last couple of 3 days. I was out there spreading cleaning the chicken poop for fertilizer for the garden. And y'all remember when your PE teacher made you warm up before you did your jumping jacks and picking up daisies and all that? Well, I didn't do any warm-ups. So my old back said, hey, I got a problem down here. So I've been kind of walking gingerly. You know how you get a catch in your back and you're fine until you turn just wrong and there it goes. But I don't know if it was that or these old boots I bought. That's my measuring string, y'all. It works better than a tape. Tie a knot at every foot and you can tie it off to your stick to set your rows. But my old boots, see, they got a couple of holes in them. And so I down there and bought me a cheap pair of new rubber boots and So you know what I'm gonna do with this? Yep, I'm gonna fix these. Them other ones got about an hour's worth of wear, and we'll reserve those for folks that come without any boots, and I'll just wear the duct tape ones because they sure fit a lot better. Same size and everything, but there's just something about them other boots on top of my back hurting. But I've got man, this is some good stuff. It's about 6 inches deep, and I tilled it up and broke it up real good. I'll tell you, those chickens are some productive bird on a farm. From meat to eggs to fertilizer. That chicken fertilizer is the best you can get. It's a little hot, so I'm side dressing the hills. I got it covered up with the tarp because hopefully we're going to get a little rain in the morning or at some point through the weekend. And if we do, then this old corn patch, we'll be looking at some plants probably about Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, somewhere along in there. But things are in full swing out here on the old place. I got busy ahead of that rain. I'm working feverishly to get some stuff in so that rain can water it on in and get the germination and growth started. I got my watermelon patch tilled up. I think it took me longer to set where I want my heels. You know, I'm picky about straight than it did to do anything else, so I'm worn out. So I didn't have one more heel in me, not today. So I've got half of them planted. Well, 12 of them planted. I'm putting all sweets in on this front portion, and I'll do some other varieties on the back. But still got to rake up 24 more heels, but I've got it tilled and ready. Let me show y'all. So everywhere there's a stick, well, I guess you can't see it on the camera, there's watermelons, or will be. Plenty of room up here on this flat terrace. I think it's 48 hills in total. So we'll get it done. I just flat gave out. I got to get these looking like that. Well, I don't do, I guess, but I want to, so I'm gonna get it done. I think one more day of rest on this back. As far as what I mean by rest is another cycle of rest will be fine. I found I do better getting up, moving around than sitting there. You get stove up, you get still. Y'all ever get stove up? Y'all remember when they used to say that? Heard that a million times if I heard it once. But we side dress, like I said, the corn with it nitrogen and that chicken fertilizer. And I'll put some out there on the watermelons. But those things need a few stages. Early on, they can take that heavy nitrogen. But once they start flowering, putting on fruit, if you're not careful, put too much nitrogen on them, they'll just be pretty green plants and no melons. So we'll back it down to just phosphorus and potassium. Probably do some fish or something like that out there to ease them along, bone meal, something. But I did get... I've had to replant this silly thing 2 or 3 times just with the cold weather, but I think we got it working. I'm a little late on the few little old Marvel peas that I had left over, but I had the seed, so why not put it in? Those old russet potatoes Dad gave me from the store, they're starting to pop through the ground. Got eggplant, butter lettuce, and of course you can see the mustard greens are coming on. It's that time now. I realize why Memo had 6 kids. And they didn't even do this here on the place. They were farming watermelons on hundreds of acres. But boy, it's tough. Jordan was working today. Boy, I had one of them moments you had to catch yourself. Y'all that are parents will understand it. You get them raised and they get grown, and you look back and some things you wanted to do different. Maybe when you come home from work tired and all they wanted to do was play, and you get mad and want to sit down, said you'd do it different. Well, he got paid today, and I was taking a break when he pulled up, and he'd been talking about wanting some new boots and some new clothes and things of that nature. And he's got a little tax refund check coming, so he's going to use that to get a little bit new clothes and things, and that's all right. But I knew he was taking a little longer to get home, so I figured he'd stop and got a couple of items on the way home with his little paycheck. And I missed his text. And he pulled up just beaming ear to ear, got out with this big old black box, just smiling, and walked up to me. And then about that time I saw the text. He had, and y'all know the type and know all the ins and outs of it, but hear me out a second. So he walked up with this big old box of meat. And he was so proud because this old boy had told him that there was $500 worth of meat in this box, steaks. You know the type, y'all have seen it, parking lots, whatever. But he was going to let Jordan have it for $130. So Jordan thought that was a bargain and got him $130 worth of meat. And before I thought about it, I jumped all over him and was so upset because he'd spent a third of his paycheck buying meat for the house. And I have not seen him so crestfallen and upset and disappointed in a while. And I sat there a minute and I'm like, man, I just messed up. Here he was, proud that he had earned a little bread or meat for the house. And even though I knew better than how he bought it and all of that and all those details, he didn't see it that way. So I sat there a minute and I had a couple options. I guess I could have let it die. But I swallowed my pride and I went in and sat him down on the couch and looked at him and told him I was sorry, that I understood. And that sometimes those aren't the best deals, but I understood how proud he was to get that meat and bring it home. And we went in there and unpacked it and put it in the freezer. So nothing else, we got $130 worth of bonding and some decent meat, I guess, to eat along the way. But sure proud of his heart and wanting to help out around here. And I kicked the curb on that one, but I think we got it corrected and all made up and didn't let it fester and boil. I think we could all do that a little better, couldn't we? I learned a hard lesson on that one. That, and I got to do my stretches more often. And duct tape is better than new boots, I do believe. We'll see. I got to wash these up and get all the dirt off of them. That's going to take a week. Then we'll see if I can put this old duct tape on it. Chickens are doing good. Rooster's good. He's finding his own way around here. But we still hadn't named him. I hadn't had time to stop. Oh, that's something else. I had lots of y'all messaging over the last few months about some t-shirts, and I hadn't had time to stop and mess with anything like that. But had a buddy that's working on a few designs and supposed to send them over, just something simple. So we may have some t-shirts. But I think one of them's got Big Al on it. This rooster hadn't quite earned his keep for a t-shirt yet, so I think my buddy told me to put Big Al on one and a washboard and that old plow. So I'm anxious to see it's nothing fancy, but I might even wear one of them. What you think? Well, let me check off who's all on here real quick and we'll call it evening. Let's see. Hey, there's Pat. Howdy, man. They made it safely back to Pennsylvania. I've been drinking out of my green cup that she brought me from up yonder. It holds coffee pretty good. fact, I had some this morning out here watching the chickens peck. So thank you for that, and so happy to have y'all visit for a little bit. And I missed my egg gathering partner. Hey, there's Alicia. How are you? I thought about you this afternoon. I was plowing up that old watermelon patch and coming across some pretty big old rocks. And curious what kind they are. They're nothing fancy. Ooh, I gotta sit down. My back's killing me. Ain't that something? Let's see. Who else is here? There's Margaret from San Antonio, 80 degrees. Brenda's in Arkansas. It's beautiful and sunny. Holy boots. That's right. I might wear them to church Sunday, Manuel, just for you. I'll make sure and go gather eggs and sit right next to you. Tell me if you smell anything funny. Hey, Joanne, how are you? It is a glorious day to be in the country. There's Melinda. My Aunt Bonnie's on. She can't hear me, but I'll wave to her. Let's see, where's that? There it is. And let's see. Miss Melinda came in time. Hello from Oregon. How are you, ma'am? I've been making good use of that red wagon, I'll tell you. It sure helped out with this back being catchy. I usually throw that old 50-pound bag of pelleted fertilizer is what I call it now, because them chickens process it for me and then I put it on the garden. I can usually tote a couple of bags, but not this week, son. I had to throw it in that buggy and pull it on out here. I will, Trudy. I'm feeling a lot better today. It was rough the last couple of days. I couldn't hardly move, so I did anyway, but I couldn't walk around on this phone for sure. There's Carolyn. How are you, ma'am? And Deborah Meyer. Good to see you. There's Miss Teresa and Cheryl Swain. And ooh, I send you a rock, Alicia. Woo, it's a big one. I don't know. I might have to go broke on postage with that one. Maybe I can find a little chunk of it. I wish you look at them chickens eating them mustard greens. Look at that. I've let them old ones go to seed there. Let me see, there we are. They just pecking. I guess they like mustard. Ain't nothing wrong with that, I guess. They can have mine. I like the greens, but I don't really care for mustard. Hamburger. Now I'm rattling. Okay, that's it. Y'all have a good evening. Be the light, and sometimes you gotta swallow your pride. What do you want? He wants to be on the camera. Okay. Say howdy. Oh, now you're camera shy, huh? All right. That is. All right, y'all have a good evening. Be the light, and I sure hope we get a little rain tomorrow. Not a lot, just a little. I guess the good Lord will give us what we need, though, won't he? Usually does. Be the light. We'll talk to y'all later.